Welcome to the new video of AI/PM series. Hi, I'm Vidar Vijay Paul, certified AI engineer from Sri Lanka. So today we are going to look at more features and more knowledge about how to be an effective AI/PM. And the last videos I have talked about what is an AI/PM and how AI/PM differentiate from the traditional PM, and as well as some of the skill set and some of the features that you have to inherit. We are moving into the world as AI/PM, and we have talked about zero to one product and one to n products. So a lot of stuff we have talked about. So in this video, we are going to talk about more. So let's move on. So let's look at more stuff on AFK. So I have created this web UI to demonstrate what I need to teach you today. So as you can see, we're going to specially focus on master the RISE framework component. So what is RISE framework? How it applies to AIPM when we are moving into zero to one product or one to n product, how this RISE framework actually helps. So talking about Price framework, before moving that, I want to let you know about the special thing that we do as PM. We have to understand our customers. So the customer base is very important because that's very integral part when we are delivering a product to the customer. So we have to know who is our customer, and we have to listen to our user, and we have to measure what is the quality feedback that they are offering. So as I mentioned in the slide, so the most effective source of insight and inspiration comes from actively listening to our users. So we have to pay close attention to their feedback and shortcomings they point out and difficulties they are facing. And talking about that, we have to more focus on first thing is customer service interaction. So personal detailed feedback about their user pain points and online reviews they are sharing with us. So it's the real user experience that they are sharing. And third one, the social media. So the large volume input for there. So let's say if you are developing a product to the mass community, so the social media you definitely you are going to do the marketing via social media. So the feedbacks to that product or service that you are offering as an AIPM, you have to be aware what kind of feedback circulating in the social media, what kind of feedback in circulating online reviews, and the face-to-face customer service interaction. So listen to the users is the number one thing that we need to understand. And the second thing is quality feedback example. So what could be like a quality feedback? So the quality feedback, it's like, I don't like this movie recommendation I get. So it's specific and it's actionable and it's point to the recommendation algorithm issues. But if we consider a bad product, those two words, that's a like a poor feedback. It's not meaningful. It's like specific details. So why you are saying it's bad product? What's the reason? But the quality feedback that I mentioned is I don't like the movie recommendations I get. So that's the personal experience that the client gets. So in there, so focusing on that quality feedback, we have to analyze whether AI can uniquely address this issue. So let's say for recommendation frustration, we had to find out our AI solution for better personalization and immediate support. So that's how we have to understand our customer. So after knowing customer, then we move on to our price framework. So by this stage, you likely to have a better understanding about your segment like user segment and the potential AI-powered features. So I have talked about in the last videos. However, not all these things can be achieved at once. So we have to prioritize like each by each. So this RISE framework, if I like simply tell, R is for reach, I is for impact, C for confidence, E for effort. So reach, impact, confidence, efforts. So what is reach? So reach is like how many users the features will affect, like within a time frame. So for example, like I have given here some like number of Bing watchers who will engage with a new recommendation feature in a month. And impact is like we are measuring the potential impact on our key metric. So such as user engagement or retention. So scale wise, let's say three for high impact, two for medium, one for low impact on key metrics. And if you consider confidence, so we have to assess how confident you are in your estimates for reach and impact. So format like we had to take percentage wise based on data quality and research backing, how much percentage wise confidence that we have. And finally, effort. The effort is the total amount of work required to implement this feature. So let's say a measure that we are considering the person month, including technical complexity, data collection, model training, and design and testing. So that's the effort. So we have reach, impact, confidence, and effort. So then we have the RISE calculator. So this RISE score formula is like consists of reach times, impact times, confidence. Then we divided all things by effort. So, for example, let's say you want number of users at 8,000. So you need impact as high impact and you have confidence like 90%. Then you, let's say person to month ratio is 4. Then you can calculate in here. So let's say I just changed it. So it's real time like interacting. So if I change it like a little bit, you can see the rise score is it's changed. So likewise, we can have this kind of rise score. So higher rise score means like we our feature that will deliver more value for less effort. So make it is strong for implementation. So lower rise score, vice versa. So let's try to implement this rise framework into practical example. So let's say that we have a personalized binge watching recommendation system. So we are using it to provide hyper personalized content suggestion for binge watching habits. And for example, and we have continue watching smart notification. And it's the AI driven notification that remind users to pick up where they left off at the optimal time and enhance watchlist management. So let's say the AI powered watchlist is there to prioritize shows based on user preference and watch history. So these three things. So we have the video streaming platform targeting binge watchers, and these three are the features that we need to focus on. So we are using price scores to see what kind of impact that each of the features are offering. So for example, personalized binge watching recommendation, we have about reach 8,000, impact 3, confidence 90%, effort 3. So we have a price score about 7,200 and continue watching smart notification feature, we have reached about 6,000 and impact level 2 and confidence 80% and effort is 4. So we have price for about 2,400. And if we talk about enhanced watch list management, we have reached about 5,000. Impact is 2. Confidence level is 70%. Effort is 3. And the rise score is about 2,333. So you can see the rise score in the right side. So the above feature, the personalized ping watching recommendation feature. The topmost feature is the has the highest ROI score. So with the highest ROI score, as I mentioned here, that it will deliver more value for less effort. And uh, so opportunity assessment wise, when we are talking about, we have prioritized features assess market with the clear hypothesis. So this is a very important aspect that I want to talk about. So I talked about in the last videos 0 to 1 and 1 to n. So 0 to 1 product opportunity, if we consider it, the hypothesis is like being watchers are more likely to keep returning to our streaming platform if their recommendation for what to watch next are accurate. So that's another thing. And 1 to n product, if we consider, the hypothesis is the busy professional, like fitness will improve if they use a discrete wearable device that provide personalized workout recommendation. So you can see for both categories, the hypotheses are very different. And based on that, we can consider AI investment parameter as well. So we can introduce this additional AI investment parameter to alongside effort. So it's represent the complexity of training and integrating models. So now we have the rise score, the new rise score, R times I times C times divided by E times A. So this A means the AI investment. So investment in the sense data collection, resources, hardware cost, etc. So this is the modern RISE scope that we can integrate with the AI investment parameter. Then let's look at the product market fit and ROI analysis. So the product market fit framework, as you can see, we have the product market fit in between the technical feasibility and the user feasibility. That sweet spot that you can see, that that's where the business visibility, technical visibility, and user desirability, all three intersect together. If we look at the return on investment wise, so the ROI is we are dividing by the cost of investment. So the net return is the revenue generated, the initial investment cost. And the cost of investment is the total resource invested. So the development, marketing, and operations. And this is how we can calculate the ROI in here. So if you say the initial investment 1 lakh, and if we have the revenue generated of 150,000, we can say the ROI is the 50%. So this is very simple thing, but I need to like remind you, like for every $1 invested, you get $1.5. So this is how the product market fit and ROI analysis happens. So as a PM, I think you already know that, but the main thing you have to understand is this RISE scope comparison and how we can integrate with the AI investment as well. So the RISE scope, RISE equation, now we can like modified and we have this new equation as well. So I hope you understood the basic things about the RISE framework and how we can apply to 0 to 1 product and 1 to n product, how to have the hypothesis and so on. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment it out and you can ask me and can directly DM me to ask any doubts that you have faced in this video. So thank you for hearing me out.